Well, that was quite an eventful game here this afternoon, but ultimately the boys have stuck to it and progression.
Yeah, listen, it was tough, and I don't want to stand and pan the referee because it's a very difficult job, and I just thought he didn't really have the game under control, and he's a young guy trying to make his way in the game. Our young players are trying to make their way in the game. I'm a young coach trying to make my way in the game somewhere along the line. So emotions run high. I think he was quite quick with his decisions, whether to send it off, even the penalties. I haven't seen the penalties back, but he was quite quick to make his decisions, and maybe he'll learn as he goes that he has to just bide his time a little bit and let the dust settle for 4 or 5 seconds and speak to people. So we shouldn't really be standing here talking about the referee because it's the last 16 of the Youth Cup. So we got through, and I said to the players after the game, it's not always going to be about free-flowing football and having lots of possession. There's an art sometimes to defending and seeing games out. It usually includes hard work. So I felt that the energy levels in the second half were good. The organisation of the team was good in the second half. But the players make it work. They have to do that. They have to narrow up. They have to track runs. They have to defend 1v1. You spend long spells without the ball at times. But it's all part of the learning curve. As I said, it's never always going to be easy and simple and straightforward as a game. I don't know, was it 10 minutes he was sent off, 7, 8 minutes? So it was a long, long time, considering he played 54 minutes in the second half as well. It's a long time to defend with 10 men. So credit to the players for doing that. They showed the other side of the game, which is very pleasing.
Does that suggest a level of maturity that the boys have there that they can take forward as well to see the game through like that, going down so early?
Yeah, it does. It requires a lot of patience, particularly from Jake and from young Dylan Faulkner, who played in the wide areas, because their instinct is to run forward all the time and is to get beyond people and use their pace. But sometimes you have to time your runs a little bit better. You've got to be more patient and when you go, and you can't go every time, but also the defensive side of getting back in. So hopefully it is a sign of maturing. We don't want to see it too often where we're down to 10 men so early in the game, but when it does come along, it's always another little test of character to see what they're all about and can they cope with it. Some players playing out of position with a further man sent off down to 9 men for the last few minutes. Jordan Armstrong was feeling sick, had to come off, so there was lots of changes. Alan Campbell phoned in this morning sick. So considering with all those issues and problems going on, to get through in the game is very, very pleasing. It shows them that they're progressing, it shows them that they have a willingness to go and work hard, and it is, I know it's free to go and work hard and chase about, but sometimes it can be soul destroying when you don't have the ball for a long spell. So irrespective of who you're playing against, you have to be organised. I thought we were. Is it a level of maturity? I hope so.
We have to talk about David Turnbull, of course, a hat-trick, a superb performance from him. Were you surprised to see him get a hat-trick from midfield, or was that just what he's up to with those penalties as well?
It's strange, because when he scored his third goal, I even forgot that he had a hat-trick. There was so much going on in the game, that you couldn't concentrate on things. But David had a little lull probably 4 or 5 weeks ago, and he looked a little bit fatigued, and we gave him a few days off extra and told him to go and recuperate and get his freshness back up, and he looked good today again. I thought he was back to near enough his best today. He likes to dictate the game and get on the ball, and just when you're under a little bit of the cosh sometimes, when the ball lands at him, he's going to keep it, he's going to do something different that gets us up the pitch. So really pleased for him. Dylan had missed a penalty here against Dunfermline, but I think scored the rebound, missed one here against Hearts. So David was the next guy up for the penalties, and it takes a little bit of bravery as well. You score the first one, go up and take the second one. I asked Laz on the bench, I said, should he take the second one? He said, yeah. He's full of confidence, so we just let him go and do it. The third goal's sublime, great strike. I'm not too sure the defender covered himself in glory by ducking, but I don't mind. We get 3-0 up at that stage, but then when it goes 3-1, you're kind of wary, Lewis. Then what happens? How do they respond? Do they crack? Do they crumble? Do gaps appear? That's when you need David Turnbull again to put his foot in the ball and keep it and make that extra pass. So delighted for David. I feel he should be scoring more goals. Okay, 2 for the penalty spot today. He should be scoring more goals. He's an attacking threat. We weren't particularly going to play him in that position today, but with Alan Campbell being ill, he had to drop a little bit deeper. So delighted for him.
And just finally, Craigs, you talk about performance, that's what you want from these boys at this level, progressing up. But in the Cup, it's about progression, and overall pleased?
It is, it's about winning, it's about getting through. Of course, we'd like to have done it with a little bit more finesse with regards having more of the ball and being more of an attacking threat, because I felt in the first 10 minutes we were dominant. We really had lots of the ball. We really felt we could score when we wanted, effectively, because we had so many runners beyond, we were keeping possession well. So probably even the game up a lot, but yeah, progression. It's just we're going to have a look at the sending off. So the second one for the second yellow, you probably can't appeal. We'll have a look at Barry Maguire's to see if that's can be looked at again. We're short in numbers anyway at 20, so we have a little bit of work to do in the January window to see if we can get 1 or 2 in, just to beef us up for the quarterfinals. The kids have done well. They won the trophy last year. We certainly showed today we're not going to give it up with a fight. So long may that continue.
Oh, brilliant again, Craigs. Congratulations. Cheers.